I went out with an Aboriginal healer about 3 years ago and had an incredible experience in the centre of Australia. And I asked him a question about what all the changes meant for them, what's happening on the earth. And he said that they were done and that their culture's dying. So to me, that was a big wake up call. Um, that a lot of the wisdom that they hold, we need to get our heads around if we're going to make anything worthwhile out of all this chaos.
And so,
It's really helped me in my work and bringing that into my work. The Aboriginals are very present in the moment. The ones that are healers and the ones that haven't been caught up in alcohol, that's what they do. They've been present. They realise that there's a connection between everything, and it's helped me understand my work to a greater degree, and especially working with Frank, the healer. I guess it's going back to the roots of what I practice, is what he practices, and that's been around for 80,000 years. Oh, I would say fundamental shifts, to the point where their life has changed in either a small or a big way. Um, as I was saying before, people, once they can be present in their body, everything changes. And that's really the essence of the tours, is getting people present. The land does that, and also being involved in a group that are doing that heightens that experience as well. So it's been, I still get emails from people who came out 2 years ago saying they think about it every day, the trip. So we have a couple. We've got a men's group that's going in June, out with Frank to the East McDonnell Ranges, and then we have another trip to Uluru in July, which is a mixed group, and we'll be spending time with Bob Randall there, who's an elder of the Pitjantjatjara people. And then we have another group in October, which is a mixed group to Alice Springs as well. So that's the focus this year, is getting people out to the centre. He's done pretty much everything. He was part of the stolen generation, taken when he was 7 from his mother. Grew up in the north end of the Northern Territory. Has a very good understanding of the white man and the black man's world. I guess the closest thing that I can associate him to is our version of the Dalai Lama. When people are around him, they just sense that things are different. There's a spaciousness, an openness, an open heart, and a generosity. It's probably the best way to describe him. Absolutely. I act as a backup on the trips, because there is such a big shift happening for a lot of people, and Frank isn't able to be with everyone all the time. I'm keeping my eye on people who are going through some stuff, and I'll sit with them. And we might do some simple talking, or we might do a little bit of energy work. Again, it's about, I guess the whole point of my work isn't about what I can do for them. It's really about empowering them, realising that we are energy, and we can actually have a say in and control over what our energy does. I think there's a great need for men to be able to get together and feel safe, to explore what it is to be a man. My partner and I, my business partner and I, we're focusing the trips on the business world, simply because we believe that it's time for leaders in business to experience leadership in a different way, and to experience themselves in a different way. Hopefully then, when they come back to work, that affects their employees, it affects their clients, their customers, everyone. So we figured that it was the way of reaching the most people. For them, it's a double-edged sword. They're done, and as we see every day, their culture really is in disarray. And I don't think that they're going to be around for much longer, these people that hold the knowledge. And that's the driving force for me, is the imperative to get people out there while they're still there. There's no people in Frank's people that want to continue his work. So there's no young people coming through. He's already lived past the average age of the Aboriginal people. So he's on borrowed time, as he says. I travelled Europe and the world before I did that, and it was only when I went to the centre that I realised how incredible this place is. It's a different country out there, and it's only 2.5 hours flight from Sydney. It's difficult to describe. I guess the best way is I would challenge anyone to be ungrounded out there. I think it's near impossible to be ungrounded. It's a land that's alive. Absolutely. Yeah, you're made very aware on the trips because that's part of their life. They don't separate like we do, our spirit self, our work self, our other selves. For them, everything is always happening. So you're made very aware of the spirit world very quickly. And once you become aware of something, it is patently obvious.